Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on Brotato. So today we are doing the Lich character. I've unlocked quite a few of the characters, but I'm still working on unlocking the rest. So we are doing a Lich, which as you can see here, you get 10 HP regen, which is, let's see, it is 1 every second. You then also get 10% lifesteal, so 10% of your damage you get back as life. And every time I take damage and heal, I deal damage. But sadly, we do lose damage modifications. So any +2 damage that we get in the future of this run will be reduced by 50%. The weapon that we've chosen here is a Ghost Scepter. It gives us max HP if we kill 20 enemies in a wave, which is really good because as you can see, we can just shoot them. Now, we are on wave difficulty 3. So that essentially just means that there is a type of modifier where there will be a horde, there's a lot more enemies, and that there is enemies that are tougher than the norm. We already leveled up though, which is really good. So here, normally you get 8% damage. We're only getting 5, which is fine, but we're going to go with attack speed. And we'll buy another one of these. Now, the reason why I'm going to combine it is because it goes from every 20 enemies that we kill to every 18, which is really good for us. I do want to save this because we get more enemies, but we do more damage and get more health, which is basically all we want. We'll buy another one of those. That's just always a good idea, and we'll lock another one. Perfect. We'll reroll again. Now, the Ghost Axe is also really good because it's 1% damage every 20 enemies. Essentially, I just want to try and get as many of these ethereal weapons as I can. We also get dodge. As you can see there, we have 6% dodge, and we take 6% more damage though. So it does lower our armor, but it increases our dodge rating, and if we do this right, we can just become immortal. Especially given our already high amount of HP regen. So given that we already have a 10 on health regen and a 10 on life steal, even if we do take damage, we will just heal it back up, and if we can get to a high and nice level of dodge, we will barely ever take any damage regardless. Now, I'm going to basically just skip through to when this gets a bit more interesting. Hopefully, it will be a nice and quick time. For now, I'm just going to constantly do this because now it's every 16 instead. But we will be back when we are a bit stronger. Alright, so we are now already on wave 5, and as you can see here, we do 0 melee damage, which is fine, but we have a 10% on the attack damage, and we have 31 max life already. So this is mainly just because we got 5 max life from this, and 5 max damage from this. So, not max damage, sorry, damage percentage, but we also have been getting quite a good amount of life, just upgrades in general. Now, because of the difficulty level we are on, these monsters are a lot harder, but the best part about it is they spawn in abundantly. So they are everywhere. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to buy the next 2 items that I want to get, and I will be able to upgrade this so that we don't have to keep on splitting the amount of kills between separate weapons. Which is the main reason why whenever you're doing the build with these ethereal weapons, I suggest you try and max level them up as best you can. Because like right now, I'm basically going to have to split the amount of kills going between the 2 scepters, for instance. And if I were to get any more axes, it would be the same for that. But thankfully, we will be fine. Let's go with range here, and then I could take more dodge actually. So if I buy that, then we will be able to combine it, and we have a red already. Now the nice thing is that when you get rid of these, your bonuses stay with you. So you don't have to worry about actually losing those bonuses. I do want more damage, and I do want more life steal and health regeneration. That'll be really good. But we do only have 2 weapons again, so we are going to have to play a lot more careful now. Now, wave 12, because of the difficulty we're on, we are going to be facing against a horde, which means that I should actually try and get a lot more of these weapons upgraded as best I can. There is one that increases my max attack speed, which I might try and get, but I'm not too sure if it will be possible. I will have to see. We are kind of struggling in the sense of keeping the amount of kills down, but as you can just see there, we actually finally dodged an attack, which is really good. Now, our character is based off of taking damage, healing that damage, and then doing damage through the healing process. We are kind of avoiding that in a sense by dodging. But if we can just go for survival, that's essentially all we actually want. And just like that, that is a wave 7 over. So we do make quite a lot of money. I'm considering getting the speed, but we'll go with just some more max regen, and we'll get those. Reroll this. This is some more of essentially what I do want. I also want some more trees. We'll get those two. Why not? I don't want to lose any of that, but we will get this too. So I can actually buy. Oh, sorry about that. I can actually buy one of these. I'm going to go with this. That way we are on 18 life regen, which is nearly 2 health per second, which is crazy. We also do need to get more weapons very soon. But for now, we'll be back around, I would say, wave 12 if we can make it there without dying. All right, so we are going on to wave 10 here, which is going to be very close to when the horde will appear. We got ourselves a flamethrower, which is really good, so I'm going to lock this campfire for more elemental damage. We have 21 health regen. So that's nearly 2 now. It's like basically 2. We also do 33% damage thanks to our axe, giving us a 39. Again, it is halved, so we do have to just be careful when, thinking that through. This also does give us a extra 19 max HP. Now, the reason why I'm not selling them is, number one, we need weapons. Number two, even if I sell them, we do keep the stats, but I don't have any other weapons I can buy right now. And they do a lot of damage. So I do suggest keeping them until roughly wave 15, or as long as you guys can basically keep them going. I like to keep them essentially until they no longer damage other weapon choices, where like SMGs, stuff like that. And then I'll swap over, because you keep the weapon stats that they've given you, while being able to then swap out to a stronger choice. Now, this is essentially a basic damage run, not run, sorry, like a basic horde enemy that we have to face off against, and so I am worried about wave 12 where it's an actual horde. So for now, I'm taking a lot of damage here just so that I can now start dodging again and actually be able to do damage through healing, as per the whole point of our character. So I am going to just kind of try and kill this thing too, just so we can get some curses going. Because although it is a little bit of a oof when the cursed enemy is one of the buffier monsters, thus giving themselves more, more buff, more stats, stuff like that, it is kind of worth it in my opinion, because you get a lot of good stuff out of it. So fireball might be fun. Exploding damage is kind of what we need, so I'm going to save that. I'm going to actually just buy that outright, and we're going to move on. So fireball is explosive, which is especially what we need for the next wave after this one, which will be wave 12. We do have quite a few like items and everything, and our attack speed's finally getting up quite nicely, which means that we're actually able to do a lot of damage. And I do believe this also means our scepter will be getting us a lot more attention, a lot more health, a lot of everything that we need, because it can actually shoot properly now. Because although it does damage, it does not shoot fast enough. So we do need to be careful. There's a cursed tank enemy, which is, again, one of the downsides of getting curses going. But it is still a good thing when you can get some cursed items, because although they up the amount of cursed enemies and everything, their buff increases is massive and very worthwhile. We are getting 2, by the looks of it, loot boxes here, which could just give us 2 random junk items or 2 really good items. We'll have to see at the end of the wave. I want to try and pick up as much of this stuff as I can, and then I think we need to start trying to save our money, because I do have a piggy bank item, which gives us money every time the round is over and we start a new one. So essentially, if I don't spend anything here, the value of the next 67 drop materials will be doubled, right? That's really good. If we don't spend any money, we get 20% of this added onto it at the end. I'm going to take that and that, because that is just overall really good for us. Let's re-roll this and get some more. I'm trying to think, maybe we get some. Let's re-roll again. We will go with ranged. No. Yeah, we'll go with range damage, because eventually I'm going to swap over to range. We're going to get that, that, and that. So we lost 1 lifesteal, but we now recover 2.4 every second. 2 health per second is crazy enough. And here we go. So here's Cursed, where you can see its damage, I think, got I'm actually not too sure if it got lowered or what happened to it, but it does a lot of damage. Hitting an enemy spawns with lightning projectile that bounces one time and deals more damage. So we are going to take that. Actually, no. It's a level 1 item. We are going to try and keep high level items here. I do want this for the XP gain. We do lose out. We lose all of our luck if we do it, but it is fine. We will be able to get more luck soon. I'm going to get this because that's just health. And we're also going to get the structures get crit because we do have a turret. Now, this is the wave where a horde will spawn. What I'm essentially hoping is that it's a lot of these lower health enemies, but I've already been proven wrong by that. I've already been also hit now, so my tardigrade thing, which another fly is an attack, has already been used, which is a nightmare to use in the beginning of a horde wave. But it's fine, we will manage. So again, we recover a lot of our health per second. So we are basically semi-immortal. We do still need to try our best to only get hit by the lower damaging enemies if we can. Or hopefully just none at all, which isn't really possible here. I'm not even sure on what we're getting hit by a few of these times. But I'm just going to keep on trying my best to survive. Only 10 more seconds. We're going to be a little bit more risky here because I saw there is this cursed guy over here. Give me more curse, thank you. And then there's a tree down here, which we managed to break, but sadly no chest from it. We do get this, which we'll take. We'll lose one of those. We are going to get a ton more luck here because that is exactly what we need. We're going to re-roll. Let's get more luck, actually. That's fine. So I'm going to buy this and that, and then we'll get that one. We'll save that one for next. This is good. What is our engineering right now? It's 0. But this will give us 3, so it'll be fine. It'll even it out. This we want for the extra harvesting, and then that we want for the extra damage from a flamethrower. So, now that we have finished that, my health is purple. Oh, I believe that's because of the tardigrade, because we cannot take damage until that is off. We'll be fine. Now, our dodge needs increasing, that is without a doubt, so we will be working on that too. Hopefully we can manage. I do hate these little cretin things, these like warted tentacle monsters that shoot out those beams. They are horrible. I hate having to dodge them. I, for some reason, can just never get my head around not moving into them. Even though it doesn't damage you in the beginning, when it does this little like final strike thing, it does a lot of damage. Now it does corner you at times, a majority of the time actually, but regardless, we are managing quite okay. Oh, here's a little loot guy. So these loot guys drop chests. I don't think it's an often drop from them, but the bottom line is that they do drop them. We are a little low on health here, so we're going to just kind of play it a little bit more safe and do our best to get to our farm. There we go. So we got 3 of these. We are obviously going to be taking this because we get 1% damage every time we re-roll, and we could lose max health, which is fine. We're not going to take that because we take too much damage, and then we're going to increase our pickup range without a doubt. We're going to re-roll and get some more harvesting here. We're first going to buy the flamethrower because that's what we definitely need, and then harvesting will get us more money. Then we're going to re-roll a few times, and there we go. We got 1 damage from this already. I'm not too sure if we actually want any of this. We could take that because it's elemental damage and also ranged damage, which is really good for us. Our damage is already at 40%, and our HP regen is still at 26. We have 83 max health, and our attack speed is really good. Crit chance is okay, and we are getting a lot of XP now, so that's good. And our harvesting went up by a ton. So we should be able to do a large amount of purchases next time we're at the shop, hopefully, because we just got a ton more of the needed money for purchases just from this alone. All I'm hoping anyway. We will obviously have to see, because everything is very expensive, and it's quite the nightmare to have to face off against when it's not really that profitable to be alive. In this world where everything wants to kill you and you are being chased by everything, it's very difficult to be able to get the money when there's this many enemies. So we are kind of playing it safe here. I know we have a lot of max HP, and I kind of want to keep it at its max point, because as you can see there, I stopped paying attention for just like 2 seconds just to look at my max HP, and we took a ton of damage. So we are going to just play it very carefully. There we go. So we actually got 500 that time. We are definitely taking that. We're going to up our dodge because that's something we definitely need. And then I think what's our range at? Our range is perfectly fine. Harvesting could be better all the time, but I'm going to go more damage. Perfect. 20 luck I will always take. And now I need to get some more. We'll reroll. Lock that by that. I'm going to unlock that. I'm not actually going to get that. Instead, I will reroll again. Now, a mouse might seem good, but we lose harvesting and gain more enemies. And right now, we're suffering when it comes to the amount of enemies. So we're gonna leave all of these. I only want this other flamethrower. Then we'll combine the two and move on. But for now, let's just hope we can make it through this next wave. Now, it is a bit difficult, again, given the amount of enemies, but thankfully we are upping our damage quite a lot all the time, just because we still have the specters, so we still have the axe and we still have the scepter thing. So every time those things kill a specific amount of enemies per wave, which is why I'm always going to melee range, we get damage and health, which is just super helpful. We are trying our best, obviously, to not take damage, though, because any form of damage here is going to be sketchy, especially given the amount of enemies that are constantly spawning everywhere. And now that we've applied curses, as you can see, that one right there is surviving for way too long. That's actually really scary. It is surviving for way too long, and we need to up our damage. So we need to see if we can hopefully get some different weapons and a flamethrower and these scepters. Let's see here. We got some more XP and some more life regen, which is perfect. More damage, even better. We're going to get that one material when you kill a cursed enemy, but there's more enemies, more health, more enemy damage. We do get a bunch of that, but I don't need that. I do want that. Let's see. So we can get some dodge and harvesting, but we lose damage. We could get life steal, but we lose we lose elemental damage. We are going to buy this because that'll level this up to level 4. And we're going to... That's the only thing we're going to save. So we're going to leave these as 3 because although they only do 2 damage, it's pretty good. Burning activates 100% slower is a bad thing, given that all we do is burn. But we do more damage with our burn, and we also do some more elemental scaling damage. So hopefully these are going to be worthwhile. Because now, although we aren't setting the burning element onto them, we are still just doing the basic damage that we need to do. Now, I do need to kill these little wart head guys because they buff the enemies, which is a nightmare to do, to face, because they will run away from you while buffing all of your enemies, leaving you essentially chasing them through a horde of extremely strong enemies. So that's why we're going to try our best to just kind of keep an eye on when an enemy gets that red outline. And whenever they do, we're going to keep an eye out for those warts. But for now, as you can see, I mean, we took so much damage from 2 hits that it's actually scary. I'm just going to keep running around doing my best to survive. That's essentially the only thing you ever want to do in this game, regardless of whatever happens, is just survive. Obviously, as you guys can tell, I mean, I am getting my butt handed to me here. But we are surviving. Again, most important aspect to look out for. There we go. So just like that, we've survived again. I'm going to skip until we're at our final wave because you guys have seen, you know, essentially what there is to see. I am going to buy that just so that that's level 4, and then we're going to re-roll because I don't want anything else there. I do need more damage, so I might actually... let's combine that. And I think a laser gun, it does a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure it pierces. It does. So I want to buy that. And then I do also want a shotgun. Let's sell this. And we'll get ourselves... Although it's only tier 2. Let's reroll and see what we can get. So we get armor while standing still, but I'm not going to be standing still for much of anything. Here we go. That is a lot of money, but it is something we need. I'm going to get myself some more HP regen now that we are missing a weapon. Let's get a medical turret and that too. So we are missing a weapon because I was not that smart, but our one weapon is stronger, and the weapon that we did get is a big damage output weapon. So we should hopefully be fine. Just got to focus on killing some of these enemies here. And our main objective for this wave is just going to be dodging, but you guys won't need to worry about that because we will be back at wave 20. Alright, so it looks like we're about to die, which is a nightmare because we're finally getting really close, but we might be making a comeback here. I just essentially wanted to just show it off in case I did die. I didn't want to lose everything here. But it looks like by going back onto the recording here, I've gained the essential powers to survive. Therefore, you guys must be the link to my power and giving us great strength in all of our future endeavors. That's perfect. Now, I need over 700 to be able to afford the laser minigun, which will do a ton of damage, which will be the perfect upgrade for what we need in our final run for the boss fight here. But the problem is, I don't think I can get 700. As you can see, we're only on 6, which is a big, big problem. I'm going to get more dodge here, and then I need to get... Honestly, I just need to get more armor so that we stop taking a bonus damage and we get more damage. Perfect. So we cannot afford it, but we can afford a minigun, a normal one, you know. Now, it does way less damage. It does nowhere near as much critical. It fires the same. It does have... This one has knockback, not this one doesn't. It has longer range. It has more piercing, and it has the same lifesteal. It is an extra level up, granted, but we need essentially 100 more gold. So we could sell... We could sell one of our weapons here. Let's see. How much damage is all of these doing? So essentially, this acts as the weakest link. We'll sell it. And I was stupid. I didn't look at the pricing. We don't have enough. So if I sell these two, we get enough. But that won't be worth it. Oh, I might have just screwed out, Runya. We'll sell that and buy it. And we'll just hope for the best. We also should probably... We'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. I just have to play it really safe, and in the next run, I can afford the actual minigun, which will be just as good. This is actually already just proving off to be way better than the others, because we are just melting enemies. Now, the one item that I was able to buy was an ice cube, which means every time I do any form of elemental damage, the enemies that were hit by that elemental damage take more damage for a while, which is perfect in this sense, because that way I can just set them on fire with the flamethrower, or just do flamethrower damage. They take that damage, they take more damage, and we just melt them with the minigun, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Now, the minigun's main strength here, I believe, is actually its piercing, because we fire into a horde of the enemies, and they just get melted. The back line gets melted, the front line gets melted, everywhere is just gone. I believe we actually nearly died there if I didn't pick up all of those fruits, which is terrifying to know. I'm playing it semi more careful now because of that. I am scared. I am in great amounts of fear, and we're fine. Terrifying. We're not going to take that. I will take that. Ooh, here we go. This is what we need. So I could take more speed. I could take more life. I could take more range. I could take more life steal. I'm going to take more health. Definitely more health, and then a minigun. Perfect. We are going to take that. I would take that, but I don't have the money, and I want that. That's perfect. I'll take that. I can't take it. We'll re-roll. That's fine. We just got 2 extra damage from re-rolling there, which is amazing. We're going to lock that in, and we're going to go to our final wave here. So we actually just got our minigun. Now this is what we need to kill, which is scary, but I think this is actually the easiest boss there is of all of the bosses. Because essentially he does that charge, and then we just have to dodge his circle spin. So I couldn't dodge it there, which is my own fault. Could dodge it there though. I'm just going to keep on moving away from him, because his range on that weapon of his is enormous. It's annoying. It's a nightmare to have to dodge, but we are making it work somehow. Obviously, I could just wait out the wave here, which will be another 50 seconds against this guy, or we kill him. Now that he is mutated, he does this outburst of damage too, where you can see he's just shooting out all of these orbs, so we do have to dodge those too. But by staying close to him and having both of our guns fire on him, we're actually going to kill him, I think. I just have to stop taking that much damage, and we'll be able to do it. There we go. And just like that, we've won a run with the Lich. We also unlocked a tentacle. That's interesting. But that is going to be it for this episode. So this is all of our build. This is what we had. So we had a bonus on everything except for speed. And then for our secondary here, we did lose burning speed. But as you can see, we had a bunch of bonuses going for us. These are the weapons that we had. You guys can see everything that we had. If you guys do want to know what each of them do, I'll just quickly go over each one. You can pause at each point of the episode to figure it all out. But this is essentially just all of the stuff that we had. And this is what allowed us to win on a level 3 run with the Lich. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.